Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Gaga collectible video. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Japanese tour edition of Chromatica. So here is the Japanese exclusive limited edition Japan tour edition of Chromatica, and I pre-ordered this from CD Japan earlier this month with the release date being August 31st, which is today. But the cool thing about CD Japan is that they always ship them out earlier so that you get it on the actual day of release, so that's super cool. Mine was just shipped out yesterday and it only took one day to get to me all the way from Japan. So the reason for this release is really sweet. So Japan wanted to celebrate Gaga's first show in Japan after 8 years, and I think the last one was the Born This Way ball. So in order to commemorate that, they are releasing this edition. Now let's take this baby out. So here is the little OBI. The cover itself is very matte. The sine wave logo is somewhat gloss but still very matte, but in the light you can see that there are different textures. It's a trifold, so once you open it, you are greeted with the fanzine. And thankfully this one is not printed with the same ink that was used on the vinyl version that just rubs all over your fingers. I'm noticing the inside is actually very similar to the trifold vinyl. The alien-y Chromatica thingies are embossed and glossed. The music CD is housed on the left side of the trifold and it's placed on this really cool little circle. And the right side houses the DVD. And in the middle you got the folded poster, the 7-inch booklet, as well as the Japanese lyrics book. Now let's take a look at them one by one. So here is the CD, and I love that they use the same CD texture from the deluxe Japanese edition with the CD texture sine wave logo. Here is the DVD, and it does have one of those little center circle-y things on the cardboard so that the CD can be placed nicely on there and it won't slide off. The DVD is a Region 2 disc, so you will need a Region 3 or a Region 2 player to be able to play this disc. And here we have the Japanese lyric book, so it is a unique one printed for this one, as it definitely says Japan Tour Edition on the front, as well as having a unique product number. And here we have the Chromatica ball poster, so it's nicely printed. It has that magazine paper quality, so it's not too thin. It has all the dates, but of course the creases are there, so I'll probably never post this up on my wall. Now let's do a quick flip through of the booklet and the fanzine. And that's it. Okay, so throughout making this video, I can't help but notice all the similarities between the trifold vinyl of Chromatica, so let's just do a quick comparison and see all the similarities. So the actual trifold jacket seems to be exactly the same. And turns out the booklet is as well. So it looks like they just reprinted it in a smaller format. Even the patterns that houses the vinyls and the CDs are the same. Now let's take a quick look if the fanzine is also the same. And it is. And just as one final thing, I also wanted to compare between the booklets from the box set and from the original Japanese deluxe edition with this. So there were a lot of similarities, and there are a lot of images and designs that they reused. Obviously, of course, they can't be creating like individual pages for every edition out there. But the cool thing between the hardcover books and this booklet is that at least the pages are not identical. They're shuffled around, their orders are different. Sometimes it's the same photo, but it's edited differently or it's designed differently. So in that sense, it's kind of cool. And you get that feeling that, oh yeah, these things are different. Okay, so here comes my final thoughts. What do I think about the Japanese tour edition of Chromatica? Is it worth it? Is it special? So first up, this edition costs about 4,200 yen, which translates to about $30. And with shipping, another $10 for tax. So this actually came about $65 for me. and mostly it'll be quite similar for those living outside of Japan. And to be quite honest, I'm not gonna lie, I expected a little bit more from this edition than what we actually got. I was actually very excited about this edition when it was first announced because it's such a special commemorative edition, right? But it turns out that most of the things are just rehashed from previous editions, just in smaller format. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love this edition very much. There are things that I really love, for example, the poster. I mean, I can't go to the Chromatica ball, so having the poster is really nice. It's almost like the only memento that I can have from the ball. I love the way these discs are housed on that giant circle plate. That is also very cool. And overall, even the execution, the production quality is really good. All of the materials are top notch. But all in all, I think I still expected a little bit more to differentiate this edition from the rest of the editions. Like, for example, I really love that Japanese The Fame edition where the cover was very sparkly. So maybe they could have done something to the cover, holographic or whatever cool stuff that they can do. That would have been really nice and it would have differentiated from the rest of the editions visually. And another thing is that this is to commemorate Gaga's first tour in Japan in 8 years, but I didn't see anything Japanese related and unique to Gaga's relationship with Japan in this edition. You know, like the booklet could have been photos of Gaga's journey throughout Japan, you know, like throughout the years, like Gaga's first show in Japan with the Fame Ball, and then the Monster Ball, and then the Bondirisui Ball, something like that, you know, that connects Gaga to Japan. But I didn't see any of that. You know, it was titled Japan Tour Edition, but it was pretty much like the rest of the Chromatica editions. The DVD content being same as the box set was kind of a letdown as well. I mean, you know, in hindsight, this edition might have been better if it was released after the Chromatica ball, with the DVD being the Chromatica ball. Wouldn't that be cool? But I think they may have bigger plans for the Chromatica ball, so they might not want to put it on a DVD in edition like this. But you know, all in all, I think I would still recommend that you get this set if you have the chance, because it is really still a nice set to have, even with the usage of other materials from previous editions. The quality is still very nice. It really feels high quality, and it is a cool set to have because of the meaning behind this release. Like, which country does a tour edition for an artist coming to their country, right? So that's still a really cool thing to have, and I'm really glad that I got it too. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the links to where you can get this set in the description box below. And by the way, I'm not sponsored by any of them, I'm just helping you out. So I got mine from CD Japan, so if you live outside of Japan, CD Japan might be the place for you because they ship pretty much worldwide anywhere, and they ship really quick too. Number 2, Amazon Japan also has this for sale with an Amazon exclusive that is a 12-inch kind of photo or jacket of the Chromatica cover that is exclusive to them. But just note that Amazon Japan does not ship outside of Japan, so you may need like a service or someone to help you out if you want to get that. And finally, Amazon UK and Europe also has this for sale on their sites, but I think it's like £50 or 50-ish euros around that, so it's kind of pricey. So that is it, and you know, all in all, it is still another great edition of Chromatica to add to your collection, and I am glad to be able to add this into mine. So if you want to check out more photos of these Gaga collectibles, you can check me out on Instagram at Chaymie Gaga for more photos. But right now, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all soon in my next video. Bye!